From the Rockville campus of Montgomery College, Montgomery College Television is proud to present NJCAA college basketball with the Montgomery College Raptors welcoming the Panthers from Baltimore City Community College. Hi, everybody. I'm Michael Brown, and as always, it is my pleasure to welcome in my partner, Marcus Rosano, for what should be the best game of the season.
I think you're right, Michael. This is going to be a big-time matchup, and as always, I'm glad to be alongside you, the voice of Montgomery College Athletics.
Well, we've got a heavyweight bout on our hands tonight. We have the two very best teams in Maryland JUCO going at it head-to-head with the regular season championship hanging in the balance. It's
hard to believe, but there is about a week left in the regular season. I can't believe we're actually saying that. But at this point, MC at 10-2 holds a half-game lead ahead of the Panthers that we're going to see tonight. So, with a victory tonight, the Raptors can really take command of the regular season and, who knows, win a regular season championship, which would be quite a transformation from last year.
Yeah, they won just 3 games last year. And I'll tell you what, when you compare these two teams on paper, when you look at the stats head-to-head, there is very little difference between the two, except for a couple of key categories. The Raptors lead Maryland JUCO in scoring. They're averaging just over 86 points a game, but Baltimore City is arguably the best defensive team in the league.
Well, Maryland has a bunch of players that can really score the basketball in a myriad of ways. Like you said, they lead the Maryland JUCO in scoring, but on the other side of the ball tonight, the Panthers lead the Maryland JUCO conference in defense. So you're talking 38% field goal percentage. That's what the Panthers are holding their opponents to. Now that is big time. That leads the Maryland JUCO, and they're only allowing a paltry 25% from three-point line. So what we really have is offense versus defense, the classic matchup.
So a great matchup tonight. I can't wait for it to get started. I know you're eager too. We are just moments away from the opening tip. Stick with us. Marcus and I will be right back with the starting lineups and the opening tip after this. You're watching Montgomery College basketball on MC TV.
No matter what your age, you'll find it all here at Montgomery College. Small class sizes, flexible scheduling, over 130 programs of study, award-winning faculty, nationally ranked NJCAA athletics. The possibilities are endless at Montgomery College. Apply today.
Welcome back to the Rockville campus of Montgomery College. Michael Brown alongside Marcus Rosano, and we are ready to get things underway. We'll get to the starters here as the first couple of minutes of the game unfold. We've got Chad Andrews-Fulton jumping center against Pat Smith, and we are underway for what should be a fantastic game. Starters for the Raptors: Emmanuel E.J., D'Angelo Vaughn, Terrell Baker, Jawan Wayne, and Patrick Smith. Starting for Baltimore City, we have Chad Andrews-Fulton, and there goes first shot of the game, no good, turnover. We got number 1, Chad Andrews-Fulton, number 4, Trey Thomas, number 12, Hanif Vaughn Wilson, number 20, Fredrell Jenkins, and number 24, Ryan Trafton. And we are underway from the Rockville campus of Montgomery College, the two best teams in Maryland JUCO.
And we've already seen the beast on the boards, Patrick Smith, go up and get one. But he's going to have his hands full with Chad Andrews-Fulton underneath.
He sure is. That's a big battle. A couple of big guys, quick guys, strong guys. And there's the first bucket of the game by number 4, Trey Thomas.
Trey Thomas is averaging over 13 points a game.
He's the leading scorer. There's Pat Smith underneath, and he's fouled. What a year Pat Smith has had. averaging a double-double, 15.4 points and 14.5 rebounds, and look at him go up.
At one point earlier in the season, other teams didn't know who he was, and he was pulling down 20, 25 rebounds a game, leading the country.
And he makes his first foul shot. Pretty decent foul shooter as well. Hits 65.5% of his shots from the line. And the refs for tonight's game are Charles Robinson, Mike Miloney, and Adam Eisenberg. There's Fredrell Jenkins, and that ball is knocked out of bounds by Emmanuel E.J.
EJ is very active on the defensive side, averaging almost 1.5 steals per game.
Head coach Keith Berg calls him his defensive stopper. He says EJ wants the best player on the other team every night.
Right now, the Raptors are sitting in the 2-3 zone.
Thomas, no good. Rebound to Baker. Out to Juwan Wayne, who has really come on here in the second half of the season. Up all of his averages. Now averaging in double figures.
It looks like they're really trying to concentrate early going here with getting Patrick Smith position against Andrews Fulton.
Andrews Fulton is the big man for Baltimore City. There's a shot by Jenkins. It's good from 3. That's his money shot. He hits almost 42% from 3. There's Juwan Wayne to Pat Smith. All kinds of knocking around, and there's a foul called. He got his own rebound.
Yeah, you talked about Fredrell Jenkins shooting 42% from 3, but this is the guy who can light it up. And as we were talking earlier, he is from New Orleans and was one of the players of the year scholastically in New Orleans. And here he is now in Baltimore City.
Well, that shows the power of the Baltimore City program. Of course, it didn't hurt head coach Terry Matsko of Baltimore City that one of his former assistants coached Fredrell down in high school in New Orleans. Pat Smith makes them both. And it's 5-4 Baltimore City, just a couple of minutes into it.
Well, the coaching web, when you're a good coach, your coaching web extends all over the country.
Try the alley-oop to Andrews Fulton. It goes out of bounds.
Baltimore City is a very deep team, so seeing this pressure is not a surprise.
No, they like to press. And there's Terrell Baker.
That's a guy that you said is really improving this year.
Baker and Juwan Wayne have really improved in the second half of the season. And that's what head coach Keith Bird predicted. Boy, we just about had Juwan Wayne right in our laps here.
I was ready for him, partner.
You were going to protect me?
Yep, I was.
There's Wayne out to Baker. Off the rim, no good. Active in there is Wayne. And he gets he knocks it off the Panther, so it'll stay down in the Raptor end.
Good call by Frostburg State alum Adam Eisenberg, referee.
An old friend of yours, I understand.
Just happens to be a fraternity brother of mine.
I take it you and Adam did some keg stands together.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Great rebound by Pat Smith. That's the kind of game he brings. Juwan Wayne out to EJ. And they've got D'Angelo Vaughn on point tonight, which is unusual. He had it stolen there. And number 12, Hanif Vaughn Wilson takes it all the way for 2. Hanif Vaughn Wilson, an extremely fast player. There's a foul. Talking to Baltimore City head coach Terry Matskow, he told me that they will press almost the entire game. So it shouldn't surprise us that we're seeing it here in the early going.
And it's surprising, though, that their defensive numbers are so good, considering that they press all game, and that's going to eventually give up a couple of easy baskets.
Pat Smith with his left hand, no good. They have, however, picked up 4 fouls in the early going. Not even 4 minutes gone, already 14 fouls on Baltimore City.
I think Pat's adrenaline is a little bit high right now because he's missed probably 3 point-blank shots already.
There's Jenkins off the iron, no good. And a block by Terrell Baker and gets the ball. Nice play.
Very good defense.
Manuel EJ. And there's a foul called on Pat Smith.
Pat Smith tried to hold him off with his offhand and got called for it because as soon as you start extending the arm, he's going to blow the whistle.
And that's what he did.
And then if he extends the arm and it goes under the chin, that's an easy call.
So first foul on Pat Smith, first team foul on the Raptors. Hanif Vaughn Wilson, supposed to be a streak of lightning out there. Shot by Kevin Howard, who's in now for Baltimore City. Off no good, but they get their own rebound. Thomas. Here comes Juwan Wayne all by himself, and they call it travel. Baltimore City wanted the charging foul.
Well, Kelvin Howard got himself in good position and really caused the turnover.
Juwan Wayne would have been wiser to pull it out, but the momentum may have been a little too much. 3 rebounds already for Pat Smith in the early going.
We've got another 6'7" player coming in to match size. Brendan Smith matching size with Patrick Smith.
Okay, he's a big fella. As Andrews Fulton takes a break. Baltimore City with 4 rebounds already. Pat Smith with the only 3 for Montgomery College so far. Moving around, there's Vaughn Wilson with a floater, no good. Baker with the rebound. EJ pushes it up. Off the hands of Pat Smith. Thomas from the corner. He's on the out-of-bounds line.
With the loss of Larry Holmes at this point in this game, it's going to be interesting to see who runs the point because D'Angelo Vaughn is not your prototypical point guard. He's your scorer. So that's going to take a little bit of the offensive prowess away from D'Angelo. It has to. You're going to have EJ running the point.
5 turnovers in the early going for MC. EJ.
But
no good.
You want D'Angelo Vaughn with the ball in his hand when he's shooting.
He is yet to take a shot. Ferdrell Jenkins down the lane. And what's the call?
It's a block.
And that's 2 quick ones on Pat Smith, and that is not good.
Oof. Wow, that was close. I think his feet were planted, and it was outside the arc as well.
MC just 1 for 7 from the field. Baltimore 3 for 9. So MC starting off cold. I do think the adrenaline is flowing maybe a little too strong. So Pat Smith with 2 quick fouls with only 6 minutes gone, or just not quite 6 minutes gone in the first half. Baltimore up 9-6. Number 22 comes in for Baltimore. That is Ronald Hammond.
The trust that Coach Keith Bird must have for the smarts of Patrick Smith is just incredible because he left him in the game.
Baker from the corner, no good. Smith taps it out. Montgomery College retains possession.
He's so active.
He is really, he's tireless.
if there's a 50-50 ball, it's a 100-0 ball for him.
Juwan Wayne, he's fouled by number 22, Ronald Hammond. Yeah, he corralled him there.
Juwan got to be careful with that hook.
And that's a travel. Lost his footing, and that's a travel. Six turnovers for MC. And they've got to cut back on those. Number 11 in now, Makai Bryant. So Baltimore going to their bench freely. They also have number 3, Kyrie Hunt Hawkins in. They have an all-new 5 in.
You know, they can go 10 deep, and we're seeing it right now, and that's something that MC will not do.
MC in a zone, and it seems to be working. Rebound to Juwan Wayne. Still no shots. There's his first shot, and D'Angelo Vaughn gets it to go. Acrobatic shot in the lane.
He's a guy that we've seen put, 25 points in one half?
Won a couple of games on last-second threes this year. Really had a terrific year. Another turnover for MC. 9-8 in the early going. And there's a timeout on the floor. And while we have a timeout, you know, tonight was the last regular home game for the Raptors, so that means it's sophomore night. During a special pregame ceremony, MC Athletic Director Derek Carter was on hand to acknowledge the achievements of sophomores from the men's and women's basketball team, as well as the cheer team. And we'll talk more about that as the game unfolds, but it is sophomore night, and maybe next time out we'll be able to get to some shots of that ceremony that was held earlier this evening.
Well, this is turning out to be a very physical, athletic game. Not pretty, but I'm not sure that matters too much to Coach Bird and Coach Mazco. But it's not really a surprise that it's only 9-8. Defensively, these teams are very good.
Pat Smith still in there with the 2 fouls.
And he's got to be careful because the 6'7" Brendan Smith is fighting him for position.
There's Hammond from way outside. Ronald Hammond, who his coach describes as a scorer, just proved his coach correct.
And he's only shooting 18% from beyond the arc.
He went to high school right down the road from here at Magruder. Came out of that excellent program at Magruder. Vaughn double teamed in the corner, and he's fouled.
Boy, they're really paying a lot of attention to Vaughn on the perimeter.
Well, when I talked to head coach Terry Matzko, he mentions Vaughn and Smith in particular, that they were major concerns.
Those two guys have proven to be two of the best inside-outside players in Maryland JUCO, arguably D3 in the country.
And Wayne is fouled, so that is going to be the 7th team foul on Baltimore City. And we've played less than half the first half.
So it looks like we are in the bonus.
In the bonus with 11:45 to go. So if the Raptors can shoot well from the line tonight, this could obviously help them.
They're a decent free throw shooting team, 68% as a team.
So Juwan Wayne at the line, he shoots 62% from the line. And he has really come on in the second half of the season. He's upped his scoring average to 11.4 a game, his rebounds to 6.7.
He's been the complement to Patrick Smith that Patrick Smith really needed. They needed somebody else with length underneath, so Patrick Smith wasn't being forced to rebound the ball 25 times.
MC is yet to make a substitution. Baltimore City has replaced their entire starting lineup. And now they have some of their original starters back in there. Fredrell Jenkins is back in there. Andrews Fulton, he goes up against Smith. And, of course, Pat Smith has to be careful with the 2 fouls.
Yeah, it's not too often that you see Patrick Smith backing down, and he had to.
And obviously Baltimore knows he's got it. The 2 fouls. There's Smith. Splits the defense.
That half-court trap, if you could split that and get Patrick Smith into the purple paint.
(14-12). Wilson. Hunt Hawkins. Wilson again. No good. Battle for the rebound, knocked out by MC. Two Raptors were fighting for that one. Raptors zone is doing a good job. They're forcing a lot of jump shots. And that's not the bread and butter of Baltimore City.
They're only shooting 30% from long range.
Baltimore just 5 for 14 from the field so far. There's Jenkins. Now, he is a long-range specialist, but he misses that one. His foot was on the line. It would have just been a 2. Wayne on the baseline. Out to EJ. Manuel EJ from Duval High School. Wayne.
State champion, Duval.
Nice touch there by Juwan Wayne.
So
that ties it up at 14.
Emmanuel EJ is a winner.
Raptors controlling the boards at the moment, 11-6. And there's a foul call. See who that's on. And it's on Terrell Baker, number 32. And here comes Makai Bryan in, number 12 for the Raptors.
Is Devon Pastano.
Devon Pastano. And this is his first appearance of the season.
What an interesting story he is.
Out of Springbrook High School.
At one time in his high school career, was one of the best running backs in the entire area.
Played at Springbrook.
Went on to play college football at Canyon in California.
Pat Smith had to be careful there. There's Fulton at the other end of the fast break. 16-14. So we'll see what Devon Pastano brings here. We've heard good things about him. Goes down the lane, and he has it blocked by Fulton.
That was a rude welcome to big-time junior college basketball.
There's D'Angelo Vaughn, no good. Boy, this is a track meet right now, and they're going to call a foul on Juwan Wayne. It was inadvertent, but he got his legs tangled up there with number 4, Trey Thomas.
I think Coach Bird is trying to get D'Angelo Vaughn off the ball a little bit, and doing that by bringing in Pastano.
And then now Aaron Thomas comes in, and he is a true point guard. So I would expect him to take over the point guard duties, and Vaughn will move to the shooting guard. Trey Thomas, no good. No good. Rebound. Nice rebound in there by, wow, man, bodies flying all over the place. Aaron Thomas takes it into the tall timber. No good. Pat Smith there with the tip. No good. Oh, my gosh.
Wow. What a sequence.
It is not for the meek out there, I'll tell you.
I mean, Patrick Smith got rooted out 8 feet, and it didn't get a call.
Thomas Fulton, no good. And that'll go for Montgomery College.
And Andrews Fulton got away with an over the back.
And he asked to come out. I think he took an elbow in the ribs. He's hurting a little bit as he goes to the end of the bench. I'm not surprised somebody took an elbow to the ribs. The action we've been getting under the boards here the last couple of minutes.
Frenetic, but not much scoring.
No. Thomas to EJ, down the lane, floater, good. And the Raptors call a timeout.
I think that's a rest timeout.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not doing media timeouts right now, so Coach Bird needed a rest.
I think everybody needs a break. And, we were talking earlier about sophomore night. Let's meet the sophomores that were introduced tonight. From the cheers team, we had Tamara Warthen. And we're going to take a look at Tamara here in just 1 second. There's Tamara. Congratulations to her. And then from the women's basketball team, we had number 3, Stephanie Pantos. Number 15, Christine Mabry. Number 23, Danielle McKenzie. Number 34, Dorothy Ellis. Number 50, Erica Lindsay. Number 11, Hilavi Mensa. And number 24, Nicole Cunningham. And from the men's team, number 2, Brian Ball. Number 3, Aaron Thomas. Number 10, Didas Sakagnan. Number 14, Travis Baker. And number 22, Tyler Shelley. And we've just been notified that, and finally, number 4, D'Angelo Vaughn. And we've just been informed that Tyler Shelley's father, who Tyler was one of the sophomores just honored, his father has made an unexpected appearance tonight. He's very ill, we have been told. He's in a wheelchair, but he is here for his son's very special night. So we're glad to see him here, and congratulations to Tyler for a terrific career here at Montgomery College.
We liked seeing Tyler, and I remember the game we did last year. I think MC was down to 4 players, and Tyler really came out and played a great game. I forget who they were playing, but Tyler Shelley has really had a nice career here. He's a great student athlete, and I think a lot of people like him here on the Montgomery College campus. So congratulations to Tyler, and it's great to see Tyler's family out here tonight. Especially
his father. I'm sure he is thrilled to see his son in action. Tyler is a co-captain on the team, doesn't play a lot, but does so much for the team at practice, on the bench, in the locker room, on the road trips. He's just one of those guys you got to have.
D'Angelo Vaughn picked up a cheap foul right there.
And he didn't like the call, and neither did the crowd, and I think for good reason there. 17-16 Raptors, 7:25 to go in the first half. It's been a sort of a ragged game, but it certainly has been an interesting game. And there's a offensive foul called on Baltimore City. The crowd behind us seems to think that was a makeup, and they'll take it.
Well, we're in TV. We don't know anything about makeup. Well, we talked about offense versus defense as sort of the theme of this game, and if you want to think of it that way, Baltimore City is winning the offense versus defense battle. However, they're just not putting the ball in the basket
No, they're shooting
to make up for their fantastic defense.
No, they're shooting just 27% from the field right now. The Raptors shooting just a little better at 33. Baltimore 2 of 5 from 3. The Raptors have yet to hit a 3. Here's D'Angelo Vaughn, and he takes care of that.
Yeah, you can see that
timing.
Coming. And Coach Masco was right behind him, and I think Coach Masco could see that ball coming.
D'Angelo Vaughn, that's I know what his coach wants to see more of tonight. What a threat he is. And of course, he is approaching a career milestone of 1,000 points in his career here at Montgomery College. He started the night just 22 points short. There's Thomas from the corner, no good. Fredrell Jenkins on the run. Ahead to Wilson for 2.
Nice fast break. Wilson filling the lane and Fredrell Jenkins getting out on the break. He's fast.
Ties it up at 20.
This whole team is fast.
This game has been tight all the way. There's Pat Smith. Drives and puts it in. Switched hands.
Yes,
very nicely done.
I actually thought he was going to go up with a two-handed jam, and he hung around long enough to go up with travel.
There's a travel called on Andrews Fulton.
That's why there's Division I scouts at these games looking at Patrick Smith. Not only is he a beast on the rebounding, or beast on the boards, is that he's surprisingly athletic.
For a guy of his size, very quick jumper. Here's D'Angelo Vaughn. He's going to play somewhere next year. Boy, he kisses that one off the glass. Raptors with their biggest lead, 24-20.
That was a very patient drive by D'Angelo.
There's Jenkins for 3.
Wow.
And boy, Jawan Wayne was in his face, and he just didn't let it bother him. Thomas running the point now. That's been a big change, and he is fouled.
Whew. I think Hanifa and Wilson needed a break.
That is 10 team fouls now on Baltimore City, so the Raptors will be in the double bonus for the next 4.5 minutes.
And Aaron Thomas is shooting 83% from the line.
Second best foul shooter on the team. Excellent student as well. Raptors 8 of 9 from the foul line. And that's the difference in the game right now. Baltimore just 2 of 2. Raptors also controlling the boards, leading 18-11 in the rebounding department. So Thomas makes them both. Raptors up by 3 with 4:40 to go in the first half. Good crowd on hand tonight. There's Trey Thomas with the bucket.
Wow, he can really score the basketball.
Really
Trey
get
Thomas,
up too.
13 points a game.
Thomas. Looking for an opening. Gets it to Wayne. Double dribble.
I can't keep track of how many players Baltimore City is bringing in.
They are substituting freely, I think would be the word. Mekhi Bryant with the ball now. Trey Thomas. We'll try to keep you up to date on who's in there, but Terry Matsko is substituting freely. 10 players have been into the game so far for the Panthers. Oof. Jenkins no good. Good rebound there by EJ. He pushes it through traffic, takes it all the way, has it blocked. Thomas picks it up. Wayne down the lane. No good. Gets his own rebound. Puts it up. In and out. So 3 shots for the Raptors, and they couldn't get it to go. But they draw a travel on number 3, Kyrie Hawkins.
Wow. Juwan Wayne can't buy one out here today. He's had a couple of nice looks, got fouled a couple times. But physically, the Raptors, I have no doubts, can match up with the Panthers right now.
I was wondering when I was watching the teams warm up. And there's Terrell Baker. Wow.
He put that bank shot in his left hand.
And took a hit while he went up. And it still went. Raptors up by 3. Ooh, almost a steal by, there's a steal by Terrell Baker.
Boy, Terrell Baker's had himself a nice half.
He really has. Really contributed. D'Angelo Vaughn, no good. Rebound, number 15, Brendan Smith. Jenkins. Trey Thomas. Now they're going to run their half court. Thomas from the key, and he makes it good for 3.
He can shoot it, Thomas.
That ties it at 28. Raptors' biggest lead has been 4. Baltimore City's biggest lead has been 4. So it's been a tight first half. EJ off the glass, nicely done. Used his body to screen.
And that was excellent ball movement, and they got EJ slicing to the lane with a shot that he loves.
2:12 to go. Rebound to Pat Smith, gets it out to EJ. They push it again. In the corner to Wayne. EJ to Wayne. The shot, no good. Pat Smith in there all by himself. Looks to me like Baltimore City's been in a man most of the game. But the Raptors are, it's not stopping them getting the ball inside, that's for sure.
And they're doing a really good job on D'Angelo Vaughn. He hasn't had many open looks.
No, he hasn't. And they're going to call a timeout. So a timeout on the floor with 1:39 to go. Raptors up by 2, 30-28. Points in the paint so far with 10 points for Baltimore City, 14 for Montgomery College in the paint. Good look at Terry Matzkow there, head coach in his 10th season at Baltimore City. Take a look at some of the stats. Let's look at rebounds here. Total rebounds right now. The Raptors with 23 to just 13 for Baltimore City. Offensive rebounds, Raptors 8 to 4.
Wow. And Baltimore City's actually shooting better from the 3-point line than they are from inside the arc.
Baltimore City hitting 50% from 3, just 37% from 2. Not sure what the call was there, but it's a turnover.
Looks like a jump ball. Good defense by the Panthers.
And the possession arrow was in their favor. So a minute and a half to go. Raptors clinging to a 2-point lead. Thomas over to Jenkins. Thomas. He's got a nice touch.
Yes, he does. Good shooters get good rolls.
He got a great one there. He is their leading scorer. Thomas to Wayne. Thomas, ooh, boy, he eats that one.
Brendan Smith is a 6'7" guy with long arms, and Thomas is the smallest guy on the court.
There's Vaughn from way outside. Wayne with the rebound, and he's fouled. Fouled hard.
That was a collision, but it was the right call.
Juwan Wayne has hit the deck more than once today. And
yeah, Ronald Hammond
Carl Brown getting ready to come in for Montgomery
in a
College.
bad spot there.
And he makes the first one. Carl Brown comes in for Pat Smith. I think that's a good substitution with 45 seconds to go.
Absolutely.
You don't want him picking up that third foul in the waning seconds of the first half.
I mean, so Keith Bird, well, he outcoached me because Pat Smith would have been sitting on the bench since the 10-minute mark.
Well, I think he trusts Pat. Pat is a very intelligent guy.
Yeah, he's a mature guy.
Yeah.
He's not a kid.
And he's got 5 rebounds and 9 points to show for it. There's Jenkins, off the rim, no good. Nice rebound by Wayne. Here comes Vaughn. And he maybe should have passed it there. He just couldn't get a good shot off. Hammond.
Yeah. D'Angelo got himself into some trouble.
And picked up the foul.
But Juwan Wayne picked him up. Or no, it was Aaron Thomas. Aaron Thomas picked him up.
Good basketball game. Maybe not the most artistic game we've ever seen, but boy, is this intense. Ten seconds to go now. Obviously, MC waiting for the last shot. Vaughn to Thomas, floater, no good. Wayne to Vaughn, adjusts the He almost made that happen.
I don't know.
He almost made that happen.
How he ever hit rim on that shot is beyond me, but what a half.
So the first half comes to an end. The Raptors leading it 32-30 at the break. And stick with us through the halftime break because coming up we have a look at the first half stats and highlights. You're watching Montgomery College basketball on MC TV. The Montgomery College Business Program, at 3,000 students, is the college's second largest. Designed as a transfer program, about 450 students graduate or transfer to four-year schools each year, to a variety of majors including business, marketing, management, accounting, and finance.
We have great articulation arrangements with the Smith School both at College Park and at USG and with the other schools throughout the state. We also have an accounting certificate, which is designed for students who already have a bachelor's degree, so they can come back and take the courses they need to sit for the CPA. The CPA requires 150 credits, so 30 beyond the bachelor's degree. Some students go on to master's, and some students come here and take the courses that they need and then go on and sit for the CPA. Then we have two special programs that are business related.
Macklin Business Institute is a honors business program for students here at Montgomery College, and it provides students with the opportunity to both study business as well as be involved in several different activities and opportunities within the program. I'd say one of the greatest opportunities of the Macklin Business Institute is the opportunity to be a part of the MBI Cafe here on campus. And so each student in the Macklin Business Institute gets to be a part of that. And so their first year, they typically work as a barista in the cafe, and they get to practice customer service skills, cash handling skills. They get to learn how to work with a team. They continue on to be on part of the marketing or operations team or accounting team. And so we get to actually run our own business. We get to be here on campus and have a presence here and learn how does a business work? How do we come together and operate in an effective way? And we get to learn all sorts of skills through that. For the most part, a lot of my classmates in MBI are in my econ and accounting class. So it really builds a community. You get to work with these people, study with these people, and build extremely great friendships.
I'm a communications major minoring in technology entrepreneurship, and I'm part of the Hillman Entrepreneurs program at Montgomery College. Hillman is unique in the sense that it's a very diverse community of students. We're not one major specific. There's multiple majors in the program, and we go through our normal curriculums as you would to graduate through your specified major. But through Hillman, you take a class that will earn you your minor in technology entrepreneurship. It's a group of 30 students with extremely diverse majors. We have a kinesiology major, health science majors, computer science majors, and engineers amongst business, students. And it's just this community where we learn from each other, and we really get to embrace what we're going to be doing in the actual workplace and incorporating other disciplines to create more well-rounded students in the learning environment.
Active speaker tryouts.
We also have a program I want to mention called Enactus. Enactus is an international program with a national competition every year that Montgomery College competes in, and we do really well. We compete against other community colleges across the country and against four-year schools and universities, and we really hold our own with the programs that we do.
I got to lead the One Hen Project, which issues microloans to people throughout the world through a nonprofit organization called Kiva. And then moving on, I'm now currently co-president of Enactus. And so just being in that role and getting to see the difference we can make in other people's lives, both locally and globally, is just really rewarding. I think that's one of the greatest experiences of my Macklin Business Institute time.
Hillman really encourages community service, and that's a big part of our program, to really go out into our local community and use what we know and really show what we believe in to kind of make our local community a better place.
We're doing a better job of creating clear pathways for what to study right when they start, so they know what their plan of study is, so they can get through the 4 years. We're clear about what our articulations and what the transfer institutions want, so that our students know exactly what they need to do in order to complete and transfer. And then we're giving them the other skills that are beyond the SMART skills to be successful as they go out into the business world.
There's a ton of excellent advisors, everyone from Mr. Lang, Professor Bake, Professor Young-and-Taub. They really seek to make sure we get great opportunities. We're involved in the program as well as focusing on our academics.
When I make decisions, I think I have a whole team of people to turn to, both students and Professor Razavi. And through that, we also have a network of counselors here at Montgomery College who you can turn to make decisions. So decisions are very well thought through, and I feel like that's also changed my experience here at Montgomery College. Everything is very intentional to get me to the next step, and it's almost like a staircase. We're just constantly moving up because you have this great network of people really wanting to see you succeed.
Down the line, in future years, I'd love to see myself owning my own business. I'm not sure what that might be, but I have a strong entrepreneurial passion, and I'd love to see that develop.
Everyone that is in the program really wholeheartedly wants to be here, and everyone in the classroom is taking advantage of opportunities. There's no one that slacks off. It's really a motivated, driven environment.
Seeing myself grow through the past a little over a year now in the Macklin Business Institute, I'm a completely different person.
Also seeing how the world really is your oyster. I mean, people tell you that all the time, but actually being able to see that if you work hard enough and you believe in yourself enough, anything is possible.
No matter where you're headed, no matter what your age, you'll find it all here at Montgomery College. Small class sizes, flexible scheduling, over 130 programs of study, award-winning faculty, nationally ranked NJCAA athletics. The possibilities are endless at Montgomery College. Apply today. With over 3.2 billion people online globally, cybersecurity jobs are in high demand. Montgomery College offers instruction on the latest technology in our state-of-the-art cyber lab. Hands-on experience provides entry-level computer technicians a pathway to enter the workforce or to transfer to a four-year institution. For more information, visit montgomerycollege.edu/cyberprogram.
I am truly blessed and honored and humbled to receive this important award.
All right, so who would like to be the brave person
Chemistry professor Navar Tamazian was selected for the award for her innovative classroom techniques.
I tried to come up with a cool activity, practical examples of how much chemistry is important and relevant in our lives. What are some examples in which we use chemistry on a daily basis? So I tried to show them that chemistry is nothing to be afraid of.
For Tamazian, teaching is a family affair.
My mother herself, being a teacher, has inspired me. So I think she's a good role model. My great aunt was also a teacher, and she taught me to be persistent, never to give up. She's a strong source of support to me and encouragement, like the rest of my family, like my husband and my 2 daughters. In fact, they inspire me and they give me courage to do all this, and I get my energy from them and also from my students.
Professor T, she always encouraged us to call her, just a fantastic teacher. Even now, I left MC 2 or 3 years ago and moved on to College Park, and just reflecting, on what her style was like. It was, she would walk in, she would greet the room, she wouldn't just throw up an equation on the board and then everybody would kind of disappear into their cell phones. She would start sometimes with a joke to try and break the ice.
She gives us all kinds of just general studying tips, not just like related specifically to chemistry, but just things that we should study in general. She points out which information is more pertinent to like life rather than just her class, which is super cool.
Professor Tamazian is special because the way she teaches and the way she solves problems makes you not nervous, like you will just be familiar, is easy, and even though the classes were very accelerated, she tries to make it like organized, and she's well prepared, and she's really good.
I don't think that as teachers, as professors, we are confined only within the walls of our own class. So we should extend beyond.
Professor Tamazian is a tireless advocate and mentor to women and minorities pursuing careers in science and technology. But perhaps she is even more passionate about the profession of teaching.
I try to create opportunities to the students to bring out the teacher in them. And I want them to consider the profession of teaching.
I want to be a professor in future, hopefully. And she helped me a lot. Like, she showed me how to care for each student, like to show them that like you're not different.
In fact, we have to educate, right?
Teaching is the noblest of all professions. I think it's a good achievement.
No matter where you're headed, no matter what your age, you'll find it all here at Montgomery College. Small class sizes, flexible scheduling, over 130 programs of study, award-winning faculty, nationally ranked NJCAA athletics. The possibilities are endless at Montgomery College. Apply today.
And welcome back to the Rockville campus of Montgomery College. Michael Brown alongside my partner Marcus Rosano. We are at the half of the game between Montgomery College and Baltimore City. The Raptors holding a 2-point lead, 32-30. And Marcus, that was a very active first half.
It was. It was active, it was physical, it was up and down, it was frenetic, whatever you want to call it. It wasn't pretty. But it was, pretty much what we expected. These are two evenly matched teams. These are two very athletic teams. I know that the Panthers are a lot deeper than the Raptors, but MC matched physicality, which is something that I was interested in seeing because as they were warming up, you and I were looking at the BCCC team and said, those are some big guys. I know MC has some size, but they don't have that much size depth-wise. So, this is a pretty entertaining first half, 32-30. MC out-rebounded the Panthers,
27-14.
27-14. To me, that's probably the most telling stat that we could have. And then three-point shooting is interesting because I think D'Angelo Vaughn probably needs to up that attempts number. And we know when he starts to shoot, eventually they start to fall.
Well, a couple other things that jump right out at you from looking at those stats. Neither team shot well at all in the first half. Overall, the Raptors only shot 31% from the field, 16% from three. Baltimore City 38% from the field, but they did shoot 50% from three. But three is not really their forte. And then the other stat, of course, is the foul disparity.
Oh, absolutely, and MC is hitting their free throws, and Baltimore City Community College is going to come in here and be very physical. They play 10 players, so why wouldn't you go out there and be physical? They press all the way up and down the court, so you're going to get, a lot of hand checking, you're going to get a lot of fouls called, and that's forcing MC to the line, and they hit 11 of 12, and there's a 2-point lead, so that's another very telling story.
Two quick things we want to look at in the second half before we take a quick break. Number one, Pat Smith picked up 2 quick fouls in the first half.
Yep.
Played the majority of the rest of the half.
Smart player.
Didn't pick up another foul.
Yep.
And then, like you mentioned earlier, the Raptors need to find a way to get D'Angelo Vaughn untracked.
He shot 3 for 10, but they had a hand in his face. Again, they're long and they're athletic, the Panthers are, so he had somebody in his face every time he shot the ball.
All right, well, we are going to take another quick break, but don't go away because we will be right back with the second half of action. You're watching Montgomery College basketball on MC TV.
No matter where you're headed, no matter what your age, you'll find it all here at Montgomery College. Small class sizes, flexible scheduling, over 130 programs of study, award-winning faculty, nationally ranked NJCAA athletics. The possibilities are endless at Montgomery College. Apply today. With over 3.2 billion people online globally, cybersecurity jobs are in high demand. Montgomery College offers instruction on the latest technology in our state-of-the-art cyber lab. Hands-on experience provides entry-level computer technicians a pathway to enter the workforce or to transfer to a four-year institution. For more information, visit montgomerycollege.edu/cyberprogram.
And welcome back to the Rockville campus of Montgomery College. Michael Brown alongside Marcus Rosano, and we are nearing the end of halftime. We're just about ready to get underway here for the second half of action. Again, to reset the scene, we've got the two best teams in Maryland JUCO going at it tonight. The first place Montgomery College Raptors, 10-2 in the league. And just a half game behind them, the second place Baltimore City Community College Panthers with a record of 9-2. So two of the best teams in the league playing a real tough game. It's been a very physical game. It's been a little bit ragged at times, but it's been a very entertaining game. Get a good look at the Raptors. There's a couple of the graduating sophomores. There's Tyler Shelley. We talked about Tyler during the sophomore ceremony tape that we looked at earlier. Tyler's been one of those guys that just adds so many intangibles to the team.
Yeah, he's a glue guy. You know, I mean, you're not going to see him all the time playing in every single game, but just to be the captain of the team and coming out to practice, you know, playing on the scout team, if you would. Really, really a good player to have on your roster, and I'm pretty sure, even though Coach Bird is new, I'm pretty sure he knew who Tyler Shelley was, and he wanted him on his team.
A good look at the Baltimore City huddle with head coach Terry Matsko. All right, we are ready to get underway now.
Again, D'Angelo Vaughn running the point.
Terrell Baker. So we have the same starters, and he gets beautiful shot to start the second half.
Wow, fadeaway, step back in the lane.
Oh, and number 24, Ryan Trafton. Didn't play a whole lot in the first half.
No, he was in the right place at the right time.
34-32.
They almost
Baker
had the steal off of
Wayne.
Andrews Fulton.
And there's a foul. Wayne has the shot blocked. Ahead to, and Jenkins is fouled. So that'll put Fredrell Jenkins on the foul line. He's fouled by Terrell Baker.
And there's that full court press again. And now they have EJ leading it. D'Angelo couldn't split three defenders. Tried to. Says he got hit on the hand.
.52 to go in the game. There's Thomas. He was the leading scorer for Baltimore in the first half. Missed it. Ahead to D'Angelo Vaughn. He has it blocked. Wow.
Boy, does Jenkins have a long 6'4".
Man, and he is fast too. Ahead to Juwan Wayne. EJ. And they call an offensive foul on EJ.
Yeah, you know, I got to agree. He was out of control and
Put
lost
the elbow up.
And then he lost his footing. That was good movement of the feet by Vaughn Wilson.
34-34.
But we couldn't ask for a better game, at least at the 18-minute mark of the second half.
Well, we expected a tight one. Our director predicted this one would go down to the last minute, and I think he's going to be right. Jenkins from the corner for two. EJ to Pat Smith, spins. Back out to EJ, good ball movement. Wayne in the tall timbers, and he's fouled.
Juwan Wayne has a knack for using his slight build to get, you know, in between two players who are set.
Yeah, he can kind of knife his way through there. And he's fouled by number 5, Kevin Howard.
That's how Kevin Howard's third foul.
Kevin Howard, a DeMatha grad. Juwan Wayne makes the first one. Raptors 12 of 13 from the foul line tonight.
Boy,
really shooting well.
Coach Bird has to be thrilled with that stat.
Oh, he loves that. And he makes them both. We're tied at 36.
There hasn't been an offensive flow for the Raptors. It's been at the line, basically.
There's a steal by EJ, all the way for the easy layup.
That's his defensive stopper as well, EJ.
They've got him on Chad Andrews Fulton right now. First fast break basket of the day for the Raptors. First points off a break. Ooh. Boy, he got a home bounce on that one, didn't he?
That was a friendly bounce.
Wayne to Smith for two. Nice ball movement.
And Patrick went up strong knowing he had a smaller player on him.
Real good look from Jawan Wayne there.
Jawan Wayne is an all-around very good player.
EJ ahead to Wayne, no good, but Pat Smith with a great rebound.
What hustle.
Wow.
What hustle. He trailed the break, and that's what a big man should do. Let the little guys run the break, and then the big man trails.
And he came in and cleaned up. Here's a good look at Keith Bird. Let's take another look. In traffic. Takes it away from Kevin Howard to put it in.
Wow. How fast is that 6'6", 230-pound guy? That's amazing.
Oof. That's tight end fast there.
Yeah, it is.
Good look at Keith Bird, first-year head coach of the Raptors. What a turnaround he has produced for this program.
Nice little run for the Raptors here, going up 4.
There's Johnson.
Beautiful play. Beautiful play. Trey Thomas comes flashing into the lane, stops and pops.
And he's got such a nice touch. Smith avoids Trafton and picks up the foul from Andrews Fulton. Most guys would have.
I think Patrick's going to want this one back too.
Yeah, he's going to want that one
Almost
back.
There. He brought his big body to Andrews Fulton's body.
And he avoided the charge, but Fulton picked up the personal. And he makes the foul shot. Raptors have been excellent from the line tonight. Ooh, in and out, but Wayne with the rebound, and he is, they call that a jump ball.
Yeah, I think they had 3 block shots on that.
Wow, that is quite the physical jump ball. All right, back to action. Raptors up by 3. And there's a foul on Wayne. As he fouled number 12, Hanif Vaughn Wilson. That'll put him at the line. And they're saying it was not while he was shooting.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah, they had a little consultation there between two of the officials, and they changed it from a shooting foul to.
You got to get your hands out on number 4 when he gets the ball.
There's Wilson. Boy, he is quick. Good rebound by Baker in traffic.
He's strong with the hands as well. Baker is.
Knocked away. Raptors with 6 second chance points in the game. Baltimore City with none so far. And Raptors have doubled the rebound totals on Baltimore City, 32-16. So they're winning the battle of the boards, and that's where those second chance points come from, obviously. Smith splits the defense, finds Baker, no good, but there's a foul. Another foul on number 5, Kevin Howard.
It looks like Kelvin Howard wanted the charge. He was moving. He wasn't even at his spot yet.
Great replay there. Good look at the action. Raptors with 13 offensive rebounds to just 4.
Well, that's a huge difference. And, you know, it's surprising that they're hitting this many free throws and the offensive rebounds, but they're only up 43-40. They're not shooting well.
No, they're not shooting well, and that's the difference.
And that defense is, no mistake, they are the best defensive team in the league, that being the Panthers.
Yeah, the Raptors have hit just 1 of 6 from 3. Baltimore City 4 of 10. Baltimore City's outshooting them 41% to 35%. 44-40 Raptors. 15-20 to go in the ball game.
Packing that zone against the Panthers.
Yep, they are. There's Thomas. That time it didn't go for him.
That's great defense. You're going to get a shot. That's a good shot to give up.
Ooh. Man, there come Brendan Smith came flying in there for the big block on D'Angelo Hall. There he comes. Good look at that by our fearless camera guy under the boards there, Ed Clark. Pat Smith with another rebound. Out to EJ. They reset the offense.
Smartly takes
EJ
it
with a
back
jumper.
out.
No good. Pat Smith again. They're going to call us a foul on Wayne.
I think Juwan had a lot of ball, but he also went over the top of the arms on that.
They're going to call that every time.
Again, more subs coming in for the Panthers. That's one thing you don't see often, unfortunately, for the Raptors.
No, they have not subbed much tonight. And Baltimore has subbed freely from the very beginning of the game.
Those got to be 5 in-shape Raptors.
And another foul. This one on Baker.
And that's going to be 3 at the line for Baker. Or for Mekhi Bryant.
And Baker's coming over to have a little conversation with his head coach, while number 20, Fredrell Jenkins, had a little conversation with his coach. So Mekhi Bryant at the line.
Terrell's had a nice game.
Mekhi Bryant is from Pennsylvania. There's a lot of Pennsylvania guys on this Baltimore City team. Philadelphia is a very fertile recruiting ground for Baltimore City for some reason.
Hop, skip, and a jump just up north 83. Some nice recruiting opportunities out there.
They break the press. Wide open, Baker for the 2. Nice job of breaking the press by the Raptors. Mekhi Bryant with the ball. To Jenkins, and he's going to be fouled. And they call it on D'Angelo Vaughn.
That's D'Angelo Vaughn's 3rd foul. And they haven't gotten him untracked offensively yet, and he's got 3 fouls now.
Yeah, he's got 3 fouls. He's just 3 for 12 from the field. And that puts Fredrell Jenkins on the line. He makes the first. He's a 69% foul shooter, averaging almost 10 points a game. Makes them both.
What an arc on his foul shot.
Well, that's for sure. Cuts the lead to 2. Into Pat Smith, over to Wayne. From the corner, no good. And there's a foul called in there.
You know, Pat Smith gets himself in such good position that it's almost like he's attracting fouls because he's just positioning himself in the perfect spot.
He has that knack. Or
And
maybe skill.
And he beats people to the spot. That's a huge deal. That's like Dennis Rodman-esque.
Yeah. Well, his coach compared him to Dennis Rodman. He said he's not a big guy, but he is a quick jumper, very smart about positioning. There's a turnover. He's relentless, he's tireless. But really what impresses me the most is how quick he jumps and his positioning. And he can jump quick time after time after time.
And when he gets his paws on it, he doesn't let it go.
Right. He corrals it. Makai Bryant down the lane. Ooh, no good, but a long rebound to Hammond. No good. Jenkins. So that time, Baltimore City got 4 shots at it before they made it, but they got the 4 shots, something they haven't been getting all game long. So it's now tied at 46. Vaughn, no good, but he's fouled. And he will go to the line. And that is let's take a look at that.
Nope.
Yep, they got him on the hand.
Yep, got him on the foul through.
And he makes his first.
Wait for D'Angelo to get aggressive on that possession because the Raptors hit a bit of a drought over a couple of minutes so that the Panthers could tie this game up.
And more substitutions for Baltimore City. As Hanif Von Wilson back in and Ryan Trafton back in. And Vaughn makes them both. And the Raptors go up by 2 with 12:55 to go.
A little bit of token pressure from the Raptors.
Just a little bit of a look. Slow them down just a little bit. Trafton somehow got out of there with that ball. Jenkins, no good. Rebound to one of the smallest guys on the court, Aaron Thomas. EJ to Wayne, knifes, and they're going to call a charge on Juwan Wayne.
And Trafton got himself positioned on the blocks. Yep, he was standing there for a few seconds waiting for Juwan to come to him.
And that's 3 fouls on Wayne.
Little foul trouble. I wouldn't even call it trouble yet. Some concern at this point.
Yeah, you've got 3 on Vaughn. You've got 3 on Wayne. Pat Smith still at 2. I'm going to look at Baltimore City, see what kind of foul trouble they're having. We've got several guys with 3. Andrews Fulton with 3, Hammond with 3, Trafton with 3, Howard with 3, Brendan Smith with 3. And that's a foul on Hammond, a block. That's going to be his 4th.
Juwan, even with 3 fouls, is not losing his aggressiveness.
No, he slid right into that block. That puts Juwan Wayne on the line. Raptors by 2. In and out. Baltimore City with all 4 of their timeouts remaining. The Raptors with 3.
And everybody's in the bonus now.
Yeah, we'll be shooting a lot of foul shots from here on out.
Got a 2-2-1 full court press going here.
Oh my goodness, and they're going to call a foul on that. I'd like to see that one again.
Yeah, I think Emmanuel EJ's arm slipped by about 5 or 6 inches. and did not touch any hand.
No, I think we're going to take a look at it. No, that didn't look like a foul to me. Compared to the play we've seen tonight, I don't think so. And Keith Bird, Raptors head coach, definitely didn't think so. So Brendan Smith had a nice game tonight. He's at the line, made his first.
He's only a 55% foul shooter. So statistics say he should probably miss this.
Dunbar High School grad out of Baltimore.
So much for statistics.
Made them both. And there's a foul right there on Smith. And that's his fourth. So Baltimore all of a sudden getting in some foul issues. They've got Hammond and Smith both with 4.
And that'll get Andrews Fulton off the bench.
And he's got 3.
Not sure what Brendan was thinking on that, and he's thinking the same thing. What was I doing when he walked away?
Yeah. I'm not sure what he was thinking either.
But
Raptors.
Patrick needs to make him pay for it.
And he does. Raptors now 19 out of 23 from the foul line. Meanwhile, Baltimore 10 out of 11. Both teams shooting very well from the line tonight. But the Raptors have gone there quite a bit more often. Pat Smith makes them both. Boy, you love that when a big guy can step to the line and hit them both. Raptors by 3. A little bit of pressure. A little more intense this time. Ooh, there's a steal. Vaughn got his hand in there. And that's knocked out of bounds. That'll be Raptors ball.
I think Coach Bird pulled out the surprise of the press, and I think it's been effective.
He threw that in there. Really only the second or third time we've seen it. And all right, well, while we have a break in the action, you know, the Raptors men's team took on Garrett recently. It was the Maryland JUCO game of the week, and it was really a thriller. MC fell behind early, but they rode an incredible run from D'Angelo Vaughn to lead at the half. Vaughn went crazy in the first half. He scored 25 points. There we see him from 3. There he leads the break. Now we're into the second half. There's Pat Smith. The Raptors got off to a great start, but then Garrett fought back. Garrett's a very good team. They fought back into it, and they tied it with just about 10 seconds to go. We went to overtime, but in overtime it was all Montgomery College. As they scored the first 8, there's a putback by D'Angelo Vaughn, a runner from Aaron Thomas, and then Pat Smith puts the icing on the cake as the Raptors took it in overtime, 88-78. That was a big win, and I want to tell you, Marcus, that's the kind of game the Raptors would have lost last year.
You know, I think you're right, and as you can see, the Lakers in their light blue uniforms going to overtime against Garrett. Again, we talked about the bench isn't that deep, so when you get MC into overtime, you know, it's not a great feeling, but to outscore Garrett by 10 in overtime is pretty impressive.
They came out and scored the first 8 points of overtime and just took it right away from them.
And that shows that Coach Bird probably has these guys doing a lot of suicides in practice.
Back to action. EJ fouled.
Very, very in shape the Raptors are.
On the reach in. So that'll put Emmanuel EJ on the line. Good look there at Trey Thomas checking back in for number 20 for Drell Jenkins. Emmanuel EJ on the line. We talked about him playing for DeVal High School, the state championship team last year. He missed the front end of the 1-and-1. Hammond. Wilson. Thomas at jumper, no good.
Wow.
Smith with
Look
the
at
rebound.
that. Another 50-50 ball for Patrick Smith.
And there's D'Angelo Vaughn with a sweet touch.
Well, that could light a fire. That could.
53-48. And we got a foul called.
I missed it.
I missed that one completely. I believe it was called on Andrews Fulton, because he's the one pleading his case most vociferously.
That's his fourth foul.
And that's his fourth, so he's going to have to take a seat.
So your two big guys, Fulton and Smith, have 4 fouls.
Both teams, well, there's Pat Smith driving to Wayne, no good. Smith with the rebound. What a hustle play. EJ.
Wow. Couple of point-blank opportunities for the Raptors, not going down.
10 rebounds for Pat Smith. So he's got another double-double tonight. There's Vaughn. He's starting to heat up.
There he is.
If he heats up, this could change the complexion of the game completely. Wilson out to Hammond. And Bryant, no good. Thomas almost hustled it down there. And that ball is kicked.
What a pace.
Boy, the pace is making me tired. And I'm just sitting here. Trey Thomas inbounds it. Raptors get it. Great job.
There's people watching this on their TV sets, but being here in person, much better.
Vaughn again.
Wow. 3 in a row. 3 in a row for D'Angelo Vaughn.
3 in a row for D'Angelo Vaughn, and that forces a timeout as the Raptors have their biggest lead of the night, 57-48. So a timeout on the floor. Raptors on top, 57-48, as D'Angelo Vaughn finally gets hot and hits 3 in a row. He's up to 15 points now. All right, now, at halftime of this game, there was a very special ceremony held by the Raptors. They honored one of the unsung heroes of the Montgomery College Athletic Department. The gentleman there on the right, Tom Payne, the facilities coordinator here on the Rockville campus, also the assistant head coach for the track team. And I want to tell you, nobody works harder around Montgomery College than Tom Payne. What a great guy, and we're going to miss him. He is leaving the college for another career opportunity.
Well, wherever Tom is going, they are getting a good man, a good worker. Coming into the gym and knowing that we had business, whether it be, our job in communications or doing basketball games like this or doing any sports, but when you saw Tom Payne, like, okay, well, Tom's here, he's going to know, or Tom's here, he can help us with this. So seeing Tom Payne around was always a good feeling, and he's a nice guy. So
Great
congratulations to Tom.
Yeah, I'm going to miss Tom tremendously. I work closely with Tom as we do these big television broadcasts, and Tom was always very helpful, always wanting to know what he could do. Could always count on Tom, and we're really going to miss him.
And he helped build a track powerhouse.
He sure did.
Coach schools.
They have sent many, many athletes to the national championships over the last 2-3 years, and Tom was an integral part of that as the assistant head coach.
Boy, D'Angelo Vaughn's really working to get his shot. And number 12, Hanif Vaughn Wilson, was all over him.
Another foul on Baltimore City. So now both teams are in the double bonus. Foul was on Trey Thomas, his second foul. So good crowd on hand here tonight. They are getting to see a great game, very enthusiastic crowd.
And if MC holds on to win this game, that'll put them at 11-2 in conference. They have, I believe, Potomac of West Virginia coming up, and then they have Anne Arundel to finish the regular season.
Right.
And those are 2 games on paper that MC should win. And considering where they were last year, to have MC as the regular season champions in Maryland JUCO is incredible.
It's incredible.
The awards for Keith Bird are going to be flying in.
This team won 3 games last year. Speaking of championships, there's a guy over there that brought 3 Maryland JUCO soccer championships to the college while he was here. That's Pedro Braz. He is now the head coach at Gallaudet for Gallaudet men's soccer. Talk about a guy we miss. Pedro Braz did a fabulous job, took his team to the Nationals 3 years in a row as head coach of the Montgomery College Raptors.
Yeah, he made his mark fast at Montgomery College.
So it's great to see Pedro in the house tonight. So that's a foul on Pat Smith. That's his 3rd. So with 8:51 to go on the clock, Pat Smith with his 3rd. That puts Chad Andrews Fulton on the line. He's the leading rebounder and 2nd leading scorer on Baltimore City.
They've neutralized him pretty well.
And he's got some foul trouble. He's playing with 4. 58-50. This game is anything but over. The intensity that it's been played. Now, D'Angelo Vaughn with the ball in his hands right now, he wants the ball.
He does. And
he
Vaughn
wants
Wilson,
the ball.
Vaughn Wilson is in his back pocket. Everywhere he goes, number 12 is on D'Angelo Vaughn.
And the one thing they didn't want to do is get beat by D'Angelo, but there he goes in the lane, floats it up, no good.
Good defense. They got a tip on that D'Angelo shot.
Good look at Keith Bird. Keith Bird, of course, played basketball here at Montgomery College back in the 90s for Steve Hobson. So he's returned home. And let me tell you, we are thrilled to have him.
It's good to have folks that call themselves, Montgomery County through and through, and that's what Keith Bird is.
Boy, he's born and bred, coached here at every level. And that's a foul on Vaughn.
That's going to be 4 on D'Angelo.
I do believe that is his 4th.
Well, I'm not sure. D'Angelo doesn't want to play much defense for the next 8 minutes. He wants to score.
But that is part of his game. He leads the team in steals.
Yes, he does. But he's so quick.
And he is going to take a seat as Juwan Wayne comes in. So Aaron Thomas on the floor will run the point for the Raptors, while Vaughn takes a little breather. That's his first rest of the game.
Whew, big rebound by Patrick.
Boy, good save by Juwan Wayne.
That was a fantastic play.
Matsko wanted a travel.
You're not going to see that in the box score, but Juwan Wayne going down and getting dirty.
Oh, man.
It's a big play.
He saved that possession, no question. Unfortunately, they didn't convert it.
You got EJ with a ticky-tack.
Yeah, that was a real ticky-tack call. I'm not really sure of that one. So,
foul shooting contest, I guess you could say, for the rest of the game.
Yeah, both teams are in the double bonus, so every foul is going to be a 2-shot foul.
And that advantage would be, well, to the Raptors, shooting almost 69% from the line as a team, and the Panthers are only shooting 61% from the line.
And, of course, Wilson makes them both.
Yes, he does. On cue.
Cuts the Raptor lead to 5. Full court pressure to Smith. He breaks it.
Dangerous, dangerous.
And the Raptors want a timeout. Get things under control.
I think that's a good timeout.
I think that's a very good timeout. They look kind of held her skelter there. And they looked in danger of losing the ball. So good call. Good call there by Keith Bird. And we get a good look at Keith Bird in the huddle. Very intense guy, nice guy, but insiders tell me on game day he is rather intense. But boy, what a job. There's a good look at Terry Matsko, head coach of Baltimore City. He's in his 10th year. He completely rebuilt this program.
Both the men's and the women's programs at Baltimore are thriving right now.
They played a big-time tournament over the Christmas break. They traveled out to Arizona. They played in the Fiesta Bowl shootout out there.
I wouldn't be surprised if the Panthers take home both crowns, the men's and the women's, because what we saw tonight by the Panthers women was an absolute clinic.
Oh, boy, that's for sure. All right, let's look at shooting percentages here. The Raptors at 35%. Baltimore City at 36. The difference right now is in threes. Baltimore's hit 4. The Raptors have only hit 1 3 the entire game. Into Pat Smith. He goes up and scores.
Woo. Strength. That's what Patrick Smith has. He took the ball away and hung in the air long enough.
Watch this. Through traffic. How many times did he get hit?
He hung in the air long enough to accept the foul and to keep his composure in the air.
And score. Does miss the free throw, however.
That's a big bucket for the Raptors.
60-53. Clock down to 7:20 to go. It's going to be a lot of fun. Buckle your seatbelts, folks.
I assume Coach Bird will bring Vaughn in around the, 5-minute mark?
I would think somewhere between the 4 and 5. Ooh, there's a 3 from Fredrell Jenkins as he holsters his 6 guns after the shot. And we were both wrong. Vaughn is already checking back in.
Yeah, I think that long-range 3 had something to do with it.
Nice look from Pat Smith to Terrell Baker.
You know, he draws so much attention, but he's a very heady guy, so he knew his buddy was on the other side of the lane.
Jenkins from 3, no good. Run down by Thomas in the corner.
And 6 Guns wanted another foul, but he wasn't going to get it.
Thomas in and out. Foul called. And it's on EJ. How many on Emmanuel EJ? That's 4 on EJ. Both teams now getting into some serious foul trouble. And we still got a lot of time.
Do. And this is going to open up the lane because everybody knows they got 3-4 fouls.
Yeah.
So this is going to it'll lighten up the defense a tad.
Aaron Thomas taking a seat, and D'Angelo Vaughn back in at the 6:22 mark.
But the problem with that is Mazco's bench is deeper than Bird's.
Right.
Okay, so the cavalry can come in.
Yeah, he's got more reinforcements.
Once you start losing Raptors, it's a different story.
Yeah. And they can ill afford to do that. Baker with a lot of moves there. And he draws a foul. Terrell Baker's had a nice game tonight.
And he's lucky he switched to the left hand or else he wouldn't have gotten that foul call.
He's a freshman out of H.D. Woodson High School. And he makes the first.
Big foul shot.
Every foul shot crucial now. Every trip to the foul line. And I dare say we'll see quite a few trips to the foul line between now and the end of the game. And he makes them both.
Big foul shots for the young man.
And Hammond back in for Drell Jenkins.
Looks like some full court man.
Full court pressure by, full court man. They break it.
Actually, I think it was that 2-2-1 again. That worked a little bit earlier in the second half.
Yeah, it did. Trafton, no good.
Not his shot.
Rebound to Baker. Baker has really helped out on the boards tonight.
Now's when you got to take your time and get a smart shot.
Got plenty of time.
There's enough scorers out here that the Raptors can be picky.
Vaughn to EJ to Wayne, slices. Oh, and they called a charge on that one. And that's 4 on Wayne. That's 4 on Wayne. So the Raptors now with 4 on EJ, 4 on Wayne, and 4 on Vaughn.
Well, Trafton had position, but I think little tight of a call.
Nice play by Baker. Keith Bird wanted that ball. Keith Bird was a point guard when he played here at Montgomery College.
Coach Hobson said he was an extension of himself.
Yep. Played for the legendary Steve Hobson. So that cuts the Raptor lead to 6, 64-58. Just about 5 minutes to go in the ball game. Vaughn, no good. Battle for the rebound. Baltimore has it. Bryant, all the way for 2. Somebody went down hard. Looks to me like it was Chad Andrews Fulton. Not sure what, he landed on, he came down on somebody and hit the deck pretty hard. Trey Thomas checks out for Baltimore. Chad Andrews Fulton also on the bench right now. Looks like he hit his elbow. Baltimore now going with the full court pressure. They're definitely in that 2-2-1 full court pressure. Vaughn breaks it. Smith to Wayne. And it'll stay down at Montgomery College's end.
He had 2 guys coming at him at the same time. Wayne and Patrick were in the passing lane together.
10 seconds left on the shot clock on this possession. Vaughn loses it. Thomas tries to get it back. They get it ahead.
Oh.
And there's another foul. That one's on Baker. As for Drell Jenkins,
he just
got the bucket.
He just gathered it with his left hand and dropped it back into the hoop. Watch how far he went and got that. Man, that's wingspan and control. Wow. And he gets a 3-point play. That's a big turn of events. Now we're down to a 1-point ball game. Raptors on top, 64-63. They need a bucket. And they almost turn it over. Double team on Vaughn. Very effective defense. 15 seconds on the shot clock. 4:03 to go in the ball game. Vaughn Wilson has played a really good game against D'Angelo.
Baker misses the jumper from the top of the key. Baltimore with a chance to take their first lead of the half. Raptors led at the half 32-30.
Ooh.
Battle for the ball. Wayne comes out. I'm sorry, Baker comes out with it.
Great rebound by Terrell Baker. He was
way up there.
In a tough spot, and he gathered the ball. Great rebound.
3:22 to go in the ball game. To Smith. He drives. Oh, and they call the charge. And that is the fourth foul on Pat Smith. So 4 Raptors now with 4 fouls. And it's getting dicey.
And it gets a little harder to play defense with 4 fouls. So now the Raptors are going to relax and sit back in that 2-3 zone.
They got Smith, Vaughn, Wayne, and EJ all with 4. But Baltimore's also got some fellas with 4. And there's a tip in, and Baltimore takes the lead. That's their first lead of the second half with 2:54 to go. First lead of the half. Smith, jumper from the elbow, in and out, no good. Here comes Baltimore.
Wow, that got all the rim.
It got every part of it. And Wilson with a nifty drive to put Baltimore up by 3, and there's a timeout on the floor with 2:29 to go.
Wow, so much depth from Baltimore.
Boy, that is the key right now. As Hanif Vaughn Wilson drove around everybody, through everybody to put it in. Saw some of that speed there.
Well, 3-point game. They need to draw up a good play coming out of this timeout.
Raptors still with just 1 3-pointer in the game. They're shooting 35% from the field. Baltimore City 40% from the field. Both teams shooting over 70% from the foul line.
You know, that's another thing that we talked about in the open was the ability for Baltimore to defend the 3-point line. And obviously, they're not even getting any shots off, let alone missing the shots. Going 1 of 6 when when you're the Raptors, 1 of 6 from 3 is just unconscionable.
Yeah, that's very rare for them to have that few 3-point attempts. Baltimore with 16 3-point attempts. Rebounds. Raptors still hold the edge there, 47-33 in total rebounds.
You know, D'Angelo Vaughn's going to have to really take this game over in the last 2 minutes.
3-point lead for Baltimore, 2:22 to go. Smith loses the handle, gets it to Wayne, to Vaughn from 3. He's knocked down, no call. Thomas from 3, it's going to be short. Raptor rebound. They get a fresh set.
Big rebounds by Juwan Wayne.
Vaughn wide open that time, no good. That's the kind of shot he normally does not miss. And there's a jump ball. But Baltimore got the timeout before the jump ball. Very smart play there. They gave the timeout to Baltimore. Keith Bird does not agree. He wants the jump ball. They have a little discussion with the referees, but I don't think they're going to change that one.
Jenkins was yelling timeout. I'm not sure.
I'm not sure how you give a timeout there before that. I'm just not really sure.
I'm not sure that that's legal because I'm not sure what the rule is behind calling a timeout with your mouth or calling a timeout with your hands. And if he was cradling the ball, obviously he wasn't calling a timeout.
Right. No, from my perspective, they gave the timeout to one of the other players out there. I believe it was Ronald Hammond. they called timeout. And there's Jenkins. And that pushes the lead to 5. Now with 1:42 to go. There's Vaughn. Nope, short. Ahead to Wilson. He has it blocked by Thomas, but he's also fouled.
And, you know, these are shots that have been falling all season for D'Angelo Vaughn.
Beautiful replay there. Great camera work by Corey Wallace under the basket. Player's flying right into his face, and he's not even flinching.
Wow, what a turn of events. The depth shines through as MC had a 10-point lead earlier in this half.
And Bryant misses the first. 2:54 to go in the game. Baltimore took their first lead, 65-64 of the second half. And they have now, in the last minute 20, stretched it to a 5-point lead. Raptors need a bucket. Vaughn. To Wayne. To Smith. He drives. And a block. Hammond wanted the charge, of course.
Yeah,
he got there late.
He got there late. He was still moving. Still moving those hips.
Raptors are 23 out of 30 from the line today, and boy, do they need them both here.
Problem is, you're going to have to be very selective with the guys that are going to be called on to foul. I mean, D'Angelo Vaughn can't foul, Patrick can't foul, Juwan can't foul. So Brian Ball's in there to shoot a 3, but Brian Ball's also going to need to be the guy who's going to be doing the fouling, and so is Aaron Thomas.
Pat Smith makes the first.
Because they're going to want to stop this clock probably 5 or 6 times for the next minute and 15 seconds.
Raptors shooting over 76% from the line tonight, 76.7.
You need a steal on the inbound.
And he makes them both. Cuts the lead to 3 with 1:15 to go.
And
yeah, they need a turnover here or a steal.
If you can play defense, for 30 seconds, then
over and back. Over and back is called.
That's a good call because he touched the ball with his hand right in front of us on the other side of the half-court line. So they needed to play defense, and they did. They didn't have to foul, and they didn't have to call timeout or anything. So a turnover is big.
Big turnover, minute to go.
You don't need a 3.
Nope, they just need a good solid 2 here. There's Vaughn for 3.
That's the one he was looking for.
He ties it up.
He crossed him over.
At 69.
Crossed him over and got one step in front of Vaughn Wilson. That's all he needs. Is a split second to get his defender on his heels.
With 47 seconds to go in the ball game, D'Angelo Vaughn has done what D'Angelo Vaughn does, and that's tied up with a 3.
Now there's no guessing. You play defense. However, again, the fouls are going to come into play because how hard can you play defense?
Let's see how they handle it. 10-second rule may come into effect here. Nope, they break it. They get it over. 35 seconds on the clock, 15 on the shot clock.
And MC will get the ball back.
Hanif Vaughn Wilson with the ball. 26 seconds to go, 7 on the shot clock. There's the shot, there's the tip, and it's good. A tip by Ronald Hammond with 20 seconds to go. Puts Baltimore City on top by 2.
Coach
12
Bird
seconds.
Isn't calling timeout.
Here we go. Timeout.
No, he did call timeout. Whew.
Timeout is the call with 10.8 to go. And D'Angelo Vaughn, I'm not sure he wanted a timeout there.
What a putback by Hammond.
Boy, that was a putback. All of a sudden you saw the hand rise up.
Crashing the weak side where, I mean, everybody was boxing out on the other side.
So, whew, I'm out of breath here. So we're in the timeout. 10 seconds to go. What do you do if you're you got to get it to either Smith or Vaughn?
You have to have D'Angelo Vaughn coming off a screen up high. I don't think you really need to shoot a three. Obviously you don't. But that is D'Angelo Vaughn's game. So if you can come up with a high ball screen and get D'Angelo, again, a step back, you know, three-pointer, sure.
Vaughn with 18 points so far tonight. Only 2 of 8 from 3, but he's 7 for 21 overall.
They still have Brian Ball in the game, so he can be open for a three. But I also like Juwan Wayne, who's been able to cut to the basket. So if you can get the ball in D'Angelo Vaughn's hands, Juwan Wayne could be open for a dish as well. But I think if you get the ball in D'Angelo Vaughn's hands, the game's going to end in D'Angelo Vaughn's hands.
10.8 seconds to go. Here we go. Vaughn with the ball. 8 seconds. Vaughn on the drive. There's the shot from 3, in and out. No good. And there's a foul with 1.4 to go. That ball was in and out. Decent look.
That was a decent look, and hey, that's D'Angelo Vaughn's shot. He's hit how many of those this year?
Oh, he's hit a ton of
games.
them.
So,
take a look. Decent look, tough shot. In and out. Big rebound for Hammond.
Wow. And that's obviously Hammond again.
And Hammond misses the first.
So
they have a life.
They have a chance.
They have a timeout left. The Raptors have a timeout left. Let's see what they do. I mean,
Hammond would be, well, no, you can't miss it. Not at 71-69. But if he missed it, that would be very difficult for the Raptors to shoot the ball 90 feet.
He misses, rebound, timeout. 0.8 seconds to go.
Now, they can come to the monitor to see how much time actually went off.
Do they want to? We're hearing from our camera guys that it was at 1.4. They have reset the clock now to 1.1.
So they didn't need our monitor.
No.
Well, maybe next time.
So 1.1 seconds to go. The Raptors will have one last prayer. Not many folks have left, that's for sure.
And the ball is going to have to be inbounds from the other end.
So here we go. 1.1 seconds to go. What have they come up with? What have they come up with? They have to take it out, of course, 90 feet away in 1.1 second. What can you do? To Vaughn, there's the shot. Oh! Off the front of the rim.
What a look.
And that is the end of the ball game.
What a fantastic look.
As the Raptors fall in a heartbreaker, 71-69.
Look at this replay.
Beautiful replay, and boy, that was close. That was close.
No coach on the interview.
So that is the end of the ball game. The Raptors falling 71-69 in a heartbreaker. And we're going to take a real quick break, and then we'll be right back with a look at the final stats and some final thoughts after this. You're watching Montgomery College basketball on MC TV.
No matter where you're headed, no matter what your age, you'll find it all here at Montgomery College. Small class sizes, flexible scheduling, over 130 programs of study, award-winning faculty, nationally ranked NJCAA athletics. The possibilities are endless at Montgomery College. Apply today. With over 3.2 billion people online globally, cybersecurity jobs are in high demand. Montgomery College offers instruction on the latest technology in our state-of-the-art cyber lab. Hands-on experience provides entry-level computer technicians a pathway to enter the workforce or to transfer to a four-year institution. For more information, visit montgomerycollege.edu/cyberprogram.
Welcome back to the Rockville campus of Montgomery College. Michael Brown alongside my partner Marcus Rosano. We are catching our breath after a very exciting but ultimately disappointing loss for Montgomery College as they fall in the final seconds to the Panthers from Baltimore City Community College 71-69. The game lived up to all the hype.
You know, we knew this was going to be a battle. We didn't know that it was going to be, two last-second opportunities from each side. D'Angelo Vaughn's runner from about 48 feet, hitting the front of the rim. His attempted three-pointer from about 23 feet, hitting every part of the rim and coming out. That would have been the go-ahead bucket with a second left in the game. But fantastic game. I think the Panthers' depth was probably a little bit too much, in the end for the Raptors, as MC came out and pulled a 10-point lead in the second half, and slowly the Panthers chipped away, and and in the end it was a heartbreaking loss. This is actually the second heartbreaking loss that we've done here on MCTV. But Coach Bird's going to take this and prepare them for the Maryland JUCO tournament, I'm sure.
Well, that is for sure, and there are no, good losses, but I think this is another loss that, that they're now 17-6 on the year. The losses they have had have all been tight, and they have always learned from their losses. They've always improved after they have lost a game. So I have no doubt that Coach Bird will take this back, and they will work on that, and you'll see a very strong team going into the postseason, the Raptors, no question about it.
They have 2 regular season games left. I feel bad for Potomac and Anne Arundel because I think there's going to be an angry group of Raptors, coming into town. But again, Maryland JUCO tournament is coming up. They proved this year that they are one of the best teams, in the state. And again, we talk about it. It's D1. this is D1 that they're playing out here. Hartford's D1. These are teams that they're not going to see in the national tournament. So there's still a lot of basketball to be played for this year's Raptors.
Well, let's take a real quick look at the final stats before we say goodnight. Raptors obviously dominated the boards, but they did not shoot as well as Baltimore City, and of course Baltimore City hitting 3 more threes. That's a big part of the story. And we need to say goodnight here from the Rockville campus of Montgomery College. Before we do go, I want to say thank you to everyone on the MCTV crew for a great job. Wonderful job as always, team. And so for Marcus Rosano and everybody on the Montgomery College television production crew, once again, our final score from the Rockville campus of Montgomery College. Baltimore City pulls it out 71-69 over the Montgomery College Raptors. For everyone at MCTV, thank you so much for watching Raptors basketball.